Have you ever just needed to wake up but you couldn't because you're lazy?
First thing is, it's 9:59. Oh, now it's 10 o'clock. Time to wake up. The camera will detect my face. Gun will aim at my head and shoot water on it. So clearly there's water all over my face. For the face detection, I decided to use the OpenCV library. I read the documentation, looked at a few creepy photos, and I understood how it works. Motor 1, it's 12 volt DC. This is motor 2, it's 5 volts DC. I need a third motor to pull the trigger. This is a 5 volt servo motor. Raspberry Pi is the brain. I needed a few measurements to take of the motors to make the motor mount and coupling, as well as the Raspberry Pi mount. Decided to use OpenSCAD, which is free and open source, to design the Raspberry Pi mount as well as the motor couples. Grabbed them on my USB, put them in the 3D printer, and 3D printed them. Used a glue gun to glue everything together. Decided to use duct tape just to be extra safe. Use the L293 quadruple half H drivers to implement the motor control. Again, using paint, my favorite tool, to create the wiring diagram. And now with the wiring diagram complete, it's time to solder. Unfortunately, a couple of the pins broke, so we needed to desolder everything and use a different board. I decided to use the L298N H bridge, and since we have a lot of soldering to do, we are going to be using a little help from our friend Steven to do the soldering. Much better. Unfortunately, the motor mount broke. I redesigned the thicker motor mount, and this time it's white, so it should be a lot better. Steven was kinda useless with one hand, so I decided to upgrade him. After sniffing a bunch of lead and other fumes, the wiring was complete. Now all that's left is making the Python code run automatically as the Raspberry Pi boots. As you can see, the gun was aiming at myself automatically, and it looked pretty good. All that's left is to go to bed, sleep, and wait for the device to wake me up. Never mind, I need my computer to be able to use the device. So I had to create a bed in my office. Time to wake up. Step 1 is to get up, turn on the power supply, turn on the Raspberry Pi, hit run the code, get back in bed like you never woke up in the first place, realize that there's errors running on your code, start debugging because something's not working. Watch as the device tears itself apart. After a bit more debugging to figure out what the problem is, I finally did it and got the gun to work perfect.